Ship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Today, we will be sharing with you 5 interesting ways that music can affect anxiety and depression, based on an article from issue 3 of the Psych2Go magazine. When someone is diagnosed with a mental illness, there are many forms of treatment they can choose from. They may take medication or go to counselling or therapy. Some may also find that music helps them. Research has shown that music can have a strong effect on us. It can alleviate anxiety and depression, increase spatial awareness, and enhance mood. Interestingly, the genre of music can be important as well. Researchers from the University of Utah Pain Research Center have found that listening to music helped to reduce pain in those who were highly anxious.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason back in the building live from Lamert Park. You already know what it is. KBLA Talk 1580. Tonight's topic, man, is crazy. Attachment tunes. Insecure attachment tunes. Yes, tunes, songs. Sonic alchemy in the crucible of human connection. Music in its infinite resonance serves not merely as background noise, but as a neurobiological sculptor, etching attachment wounds into the psyches of quantum fabric. Tonight's topic, we posit that insecure attachment styles, avoidant, anxious, and disorganized, dance to the rhythm of curated playlists, while lyrics act as mantras reinforcing relational trauma, drawing from B.F. Skinner's operant conditioning and Thomas Campbell's holographic reality, we explore how Spotify algorithms and ancestral lullabies conspire to shape love's neural architecture. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Is your playlist toxic? Is your playlist your longest lasting relationship? Your most meaningful relationship? My goodness. When avoidant individuals loop Sam Smith's Too Good at Goodbyes, mirror neurons amplify Babette Rothschild's somatic disassociation, calcifying emotional withdrawal. Dopamine surges during Louis Capaldi's Someone You Loved. Neurologically conflate abandonment with erotic charge, reinforcing Patrick Carnes' trauma bonding. Functional MRI scans reveal codependence, frontal lobe or prefrontal deactivation mirrors Zen meditators, suggesting chaos addictively bypassing mindfulness, as Thich Nhat Hanh warned us against. This is heavy stuff. Operant conditioning transforms playlist into Skinnerian traps. Spotify's anxious attachment mix exploits Kahneman's peak end rule, addicting listeners to Pia Melody's love addiction cycles. This is why I say most people don't know the difference between love and addiction. Love is freedom. Addiction is prison. This is why breakups hurt, not because you love someone, but because you're addicted to someone. You gotta stop mislabeling addiction as love. Love is the highest form of consciousness. It means if she's better off over there with somebody who loves her the way she wants, if you loved her truly, you would allow her to go through the process. Lovingly. Ooh. Hold on. My abandonment issues want to that's cut. Do you get it? You're attached. You're not in love. You're attached. Do you see? We try to bring everything down to the level of our wounds, right? Everything has to be brought to the level of the wound. Wait a minute. Love ain't enough, because if somebody loved you and they still hurt you, your mind is in defensive, protective hypervigilance. That means you've been hurt, so you can't see past the wound's translation of reality, the wound's interpretation of reality. You can't see past that. So all you can see is potential threats. That's what hypervigilance is. You are not healed. And when you're not healed, the propensity or the chance for you to love deeply and truly is lessened. Why? Because love is a high level of consciousness. You can't approach it from the bottom of your wound's souls. Where your wound walks, you can't see the reality of love. That's why you have concepts like love isn't enough. You just haven't climbed high enough in your spirit to come in contact with it. That hurts. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Aggressive lyrics. Per Thomas Campbell's holographic theory, collapse relationship wave functions into John Gottman's four horsemen dynamics pre-conflict. Neville Goddard's revision techniques retroactively alter trauma imprints in Billie Eilish's Bury a Friend, suggesting time's malleability in sonic therapy. Are y'all ready for tonight's topic? Ancestral trauma encodes in blues. Ancestral trauma encoded in blues. Scales Lipton's steers anxious attachers towards Amy Winehouse's Back to Black as karmic reenaction. Oh, come! I don't even want to talk about this. No, are y'all ready? We got callers on the line. I want to talk to them. Nazarene X has been on the longest. Nazarene, you're calling from Atlanta, Georgia. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I'm going to try to be rapid fire with it. Just go ahead and go. These days, I've taken the test and everything. I register as secure attachment style. I am an MC. My first love was dance. So it's like embodying the music and the rhythm and so forth. These days, like, it all depends on my mood as far as what I'll tap into. Definitely there's power in the tongue and, you know, just heat and magic and every bit of what you dial into for whatever time. So, like, if I'm in the garden playing things for nature, like, because I'm in the, you know what I'm saying, garden and all of that, I play a Miles Davis type of vibe for them, like just the musicianship. I just love that. If I'm trying to get my mode right, about to hit the road or something like that, I'll go from Sade, Cherish the Day, to Project Pat, Cheese and Dope, and then Jig, Dance Now, like, just get that going. Love jazz. I'm not necessarily into country music, but I even stumbled across some country tunes just on the random, on the humble, because, like, they be talking that talk, like, it's all good, it's all love. So I love a message. So it can definitely get you dialed up, you know what I'm saying, like being in tune with whatever rhythm in that flow. One idea I had off the top, because, like, again, like years back, like over a decade ago, I had come through a relationship, but long and short, I used to use and still use, like, my journal and stuff like that. Just, again, as an MC, I use the studio or the booth, again, as my outlet, as that sounding board. And sometimes you just got to get things out. You can speak for others, you can speak for yourself and all of that. I believe that, and looking back at this one particular track, more than likely I had some form of insecure attachment style that I had to grow through.
Which one was
for
it?
The longest time. Well, like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So I was seeing if I could, like, maybe just riff through some of the lyrics and see if you could help identify it.
Sure.
Try to just run through it. So something like, it started off like, I fell in love with the woman that you pretend to be. I won't keep wasting all this energy. We were never together. and it seems that we're not meant to be. Keep your fingers crossed and you're going to see what's up eventually. But before I watch you centipede throughout my memories, I'm shutting down the games you won't be playing with me. Mentally is deep in the midst of entertaining what you did to me. I lost sight of self and the wife that God would intend for me. Why I never noticed this bogus hope you were giving me until now. Wow, now that remains mystery. All considered, the bigger picture is vivid now. What didn't kill me made me stronger in order to stick around. Certain lessons that you learn in life are job hard to get, but when you're well equipped, it's not an option just to call it quits. I must progress, wipe the dust from off my feet. Although you lost me in the process, life is seeming more complete. Pursuing true love regardless, refusing to claim defeat. Do what you will on your own, I won't be losing any sleep. But dang, it's sad to say I would have died for you. All in all, flaws included, I would truly ride for you. I stayed consistent with my words and never lied to you. See, this is a man that cried for you. I fell in love with a woman that you pretend to be. Talk a good game, but show scandalous activity. I knew the situation could hurt me eventually, but still invested everything. Now everything is history. And I just left it like that. I got that off my chest.
Man,
like,
wait, hold on. Hey, boy,
so like,
come on, Showtime at the Apollo. What's happening?
No. Again, just like having that, just like letting that.
But wait a minute.
Breathe.
Let me just say this. Hold on. Don't just run past your performance. Let us have fun now. Hold on. I'm going to ask you. You listen to this show long enough to understand, right, what we do here. You know what we talk about. If you had to choose one of the 3 insecure attachment styles, which one would those lyrics match up the best with?
Off the top is anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, avoidant, fearful, something.
And those are the 3. But of the 3, which one of those 3?
I'll probably say just running with, say, intuition or gut. Although it feel like more of a mix of more than that. It's probably like the anxious, preoccupied.
That's exactly what it is, and you're not fooling me because you know what it is.
That's love.
You know which one it is. Because I don't want to say, hey, that's anxious, preoccupied. Boy, you was anxious, preoccupied. No, you know. You've been here this whole time, so I'm not finna let you play with me no more, brother.
I'm grateful.
Anxious,
now I'm playing stuff like Young Blood's coming to break you off. All type of stuff. Just whatever's fire for the moment. Again, like it's power in the tongue. I wouldn't say stuck on it, but even things like To Get Over Grief, there's a song that was played at my grandmother's funeral called My Soul Is the Anchor. Right. And for a time I couldn't even listen to that track. Just having to have that on repeat actually helped me get through an even better grieving process. Music can really unleash things.
No, you're right, 100%. Yeah. Let me give you this advice, and this might not be well accepted by anyone. And maybe this is just advice for me, but this is in my mind, right?
I'm listening. Thank you, Aunt.
The person is ephemeral, meaning they're transient. They're not going to be here forever. You're not going to be here forever. The person is ephemeral, almost immaterial. The lesson and why you went through it with that person is more valuable than holding on to an image, than holding on to a dream of what could be. What you should do is always file those lessons away in your spirit. Always refer back to those lessons. But I would say you don't have to necessarily refer back to the person. It's okay to not remember their face or their scent or anything else about them. It's okay to forget them, but remember the lesson. It's okay. Some people would say, hey, guess what? It's pretty difficult to remove the person from the lesson. That's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. You don't remember everything about every person you've ever dealt with. And sometimes it's really hard to recall what they look like. But how they made you feel is what's going to resonate with you. Does that make sense?
No question. All the way.
All right, good brother. Guess what?
Love and faith.
What did
Slama
you
Lama.
do? No, what did you do, man? You cooked. I can't let you know what you did.
Salute to the voice of reason. Y'all stay locked in. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The voice of reason, always on fire. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it.
Gonna rob the robber, boy, I'm gonna scar you with pistols, slap cross mouth, reaching in your pockets and take your money out. Man, you know what's going. You got cheese, I got dope. But the 900 strong, I got peas, I got. Ain't no credit given, man. You can get from round here. Robbing, niggas banging, slanging down here. I got cheese.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Smoking weed in the street without cops harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial. Lifestyle cruising blue Bahama waters. No welfare supporters. More conscious of the way we raise our daughters. Days are shorter, nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all gone eventually. Trooping out of state for a plate. Knowledge, if coke was cooked without the garbage, we'd all have the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing. Fashion, designer clothes. Lacing your click up with diamond rolls. Your people's holding dough, no parole, no rubbers. Going raw, imagine law with no undercovers. Just some thoughts for the mind. I take a glimpse into time. Watch the blimp read, the world is mine. If I rule the world, imagine that. I free all my sons.
It's one lesson I learned from Ice Cube. He said, if your first opening lines don't grab the listener, it ain't. And it has to be a statement. And I don't care if the statement is blunt or held back, they gotta feel it.
You say a lot in that opening verse. I mean, the idea of DNA, and you sum it up brilliantly at the end with sex, money, and murder, our DNA, and you make it about all of us.
There's three types of themes in that record. It's me recognizing the world around me. It's me recognizing the lifestyle. To coming to grips to knowing who Man was, taking all these different personalities, putting them in the record. So you're gonna hear a different tone. You're gonna hear me breaching out the water like a well, and you're gonna hear that same desire that I had as a kid.
So a friend of mine, the great, legendary Cool Mo D, was just on another Legends podcast, Willie D. And so many of you guys have been hitting me up because people know me and Mo D, we've been friends, really tight homies since 97. And Mo D was talking about his vision for hip hop. That clip we just heard was the legendary, he's legend. You got to give him legend Mount Rushmore status at this point. That was Kendrick Lamar, a.k.a. K-Dot. You got to give him legend status. But what Mo D was expounding on with Willie D was his vision for hip-hop he thought was being realized when Public Enemy, X-Clan, KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions, Brand Nubian, Poor Righteous Teachers. In his mind, he said, yo, this is the completion of Malcolm X's work. It's revolutionary rap on records. Now, you already know about the tones. You know, you already know about the beats, the 808s. He was like, this is the movement. He said that was its peak. And what he said was, immediately, and people say the industry responded with NWA. No, NWA had their own story to tell. It's just that it was opposite of. It was antithetical to the messaging around PE's music. PE was Public Enemy. The black man is Public Enemy number one. They're scratching in vocalizations from Minister Louis Farrakhan. We had never heard Farrakhan on record. It was revolution. They're scratching in chaotic sounds and whistles and noises, and we're like, what is that? And then the counterbalance came. When NWA first dropped, you got to remember the record that took off, because they had other records that wasn't as impactful as the one that took off. The one that took off was F the Police. And that was more in alignment with what Public Enemy was doing with regards to social justice, or the pursuit of social justice and fighting social injustice. That's what Public Enemy was about. You know, Black history, enlightening our people, intellectualism over superficiality and commerciality. So that F the Police record was that in that lane. It was like, oh, this is revolution. That's what Mo was talking about. But then you get Gangsta. You know, you start getting a few more records from NWA, and you start to see that our culture here on the West Coast, which is gang culture, started to infiltrate the music. And that's when the term became popular, gangster rap There was gangster rap before NWA. Ice-T is gangster rap, right? But, and you know how the industry does, we're going to pit these two against each other because if there's angst, you know, the people will choose a side and we're making money from all the sides. But the music on both sides was very hypnotic. But not only was it hypnotic, could it have been a type of entrainment? Don't gangsters basically say the same things they've been saying? I'm talking about thugs and gangbangers. And don't they have the same nomenclature and some of the same phrasings, the way they talk, the way they stand, their hand signs? And don't revolutionaries say the same old thing too? Ooh-wee. Are you programmed by the music? Are you merely a clone? Have you lost your sonic sovereignty? You want to change your spirit? Maybe you need to change your playlist. To reclaim attachment autonomy demands curating secure attachment playlists. What about SZA's Good Days? Right? That methylates abandonment genes into earned security. Yet silence, as John Cage's 433 posits, disrupts Skinner's loops, right? Ooh, thrusting partners into Fromm's Art of Loving. Here, music transcends therapy, becoming soul alchemy, a quantum playlist where Rumi's broken heart and Campbell's holography collide, rewriting love's genetic and cosmic code. Embrace the dissonance. Within it hums the fractal melody of healing. You don't understand. Music can liberate you from what your parent didn't give you. But you got to stop listening to the records that empower your attachment wounds. Listen, I need my space. What record out there is about taking space? I need my space. What if you're a dismissive avoidant, you got to avoid that record because it will empower, right, the very thing that makes intimacy difficult for you. Your isolation. You can't be an isolationist in love. I know. Where's that record, I Need My Space? Is there a song called, I bet you there is. Listen, when we come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. Let's get it.
Got me bummed out. You, baby, baby, baby. I've been on my empty mind. I should have kept from losing the best in me. I worry that I wasted the best in me. Oh, yeah, baby, you don't care. So now I'm trying to be a nuisance, it's just urgent. Trying to make sense of little change, got me a war in my mind. Gotta let go away, can't keep what's holding me. Choose the right, but it will break up in front of me.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. Former Vice President Kamala Harris is in the spotlight as California's governor race heats up. Former Congresswoman Katie Porter just joined, and experts say Harris would shake things up if she enters. Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says Democrats will oppose the GOP spending bill, calling it unacceptable. He says it fails to protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Without a deal, the government could shut down Friday. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams is pushing back on Andrew Cuomo's claims that the city is unsafe, calling it insulting to police. He points to data showing crime is dropping, while Cuomo, now running for mayor, has proposed adding 5,000 New York Police Department officers. And Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass's text messages on the Palisades fire response were not saved, per the LA Times. A records request found no messages, as state law doesn't require officials to keep texts. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium March 20th to 23rd.
USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580. Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2024, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and tough. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-652-1714. That's 800-652-1714. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-652-1714 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Somebody so much it makes you cry. Have you ever needed
Do you mean to tell me we're going to let this year-long celebration go by and nobody's going to have a serious conversation about whether hip hop has actually been a benefit or not to the black community? I haven't seen a conversation, a YouTube, a town hall meeting, a BET special. I don't see anybody talking about the ramifications, the negative impact that hip hop has had on the black community. Now, the first thing the hip hop artist is going to say, I'm only rapping what I live. But you don't live it no more. The minute you start making money, you moved out the neighborhood. So why you still rapping about drugs and death when you don't live around that no more? That means you're a hypocrite. If you're telling me you're rapping what you live, you don't live it no more. And if you so dedicated.
So I don't know what to say to Los Angeles, to the 12 million people listening to KBLA. We got the clinical insights, right? The empirically supported data here, questions. You heard from Candace Owens. You heard from K-Dot. You heard from, that was Dr. Umar, right? Who else we play? So many powerful voices, right? But let me just get down to what Zoe thinks. I am so sick of being on planet Earth with secondhand human beings. What does that mean? Krishnamurti talked about secondhand human beings. When you can't get past the pattern that made you, the mold that made you, the mama that made you, when you can't get past this repetitive cycle of what is comfortable, how in the hell are you going to love yourself as you are and others? Every time you meet somebody, they're on repeat, and so are you. The whole purpose of tonight's topic is saying it's even in your music. Your attachment style, if it's insecure, is an insecure pattern of behavior that was designed to protect you from what you weren't getting, or possibly from what you were getting. Do you get it? So in order to experience the height of love, if you're not your true self, which is you outside of the modeling, right? You outside of what you modeled. That's your true self. Not the way they told you to act, not the way they told you to show up. You're the only you that has ever existed. So why are you derivative of your community? Man, I saw somebody, listen to what I'm saying. Listen now. I saw somebody reenacting the March on something, and they was having an emotional breakdown. Why are we reenacting and re-traumatizing ourselves when we could say, that happened? It is my generation to transcend what happened. He might as well just broke down and start singing We Shall Overcome again. Some people will say, well, we need to. No, we have to stop reenacting the patterns of victimhood, the patterns of I deserve. Let me hit you with this. Exodus 3:14. When are you going to reenact the pattern of I am? What? Wait, hold on, Zoe. Hold on now. Hold on. We done worked long and hard to make the distinction between the big G and the little g now. Hold on. When are you going to reenact being I am? Don't you know I am was before what they did to our ancestors? The I am is before that. Don't you know our little 400 years of abuse in their hands is merely a grain of sand in the time we've been alive generationally? It is a flash in the pan. That isn't to say we should marginalize it or minimize it or say, oh, it doesn't matter. Yes, it matters. But the patterns you continuously reenact matter too. Do you understand? Listen to your music. What is Glorilla talking about? Why? What is the other little girl talking about? What's that girl? Brokey. Oh Lord, here we go. What is Lotto talking about? Right? What is Drake talking about for that matter? What? Hey. What is Cardi B talking about? Hey. Do you see what I'm saying? Your fear of poverty is choosing your mate. Your fear of poverty. You don't even have the power to define what poverty is to your soul. To your soul. Did you? Come on, man. I'm telling you, go into your playlist and see what quiets your spirit. You might find what your relationship worked there. Why do I like this kind of music? The human brain, in its synaptic plasticity, molds itself around repetitive stimuli like clay, hardening under a sculptor's hand. When insecure attachment styles, anxious, avoidant, disorganized, soundtracks daily life through curated playlists, they risk forging neural pathways that calcify relational dysfunction into permanence. Drawing from John Bowlby's attachment theory and Mary Ainsworth's strange situation paradigms, this show maps how music's lyrical and tonal resonance entrenches maladaptive patterns, transforming Spotify cues into psychic prisons. I don't like it. That's what makes you derivative. Right? How you going to make a song, call him a black man broke and he's not worth your affection and your attention when black people are at the bottom of every statistical economic category in America? 83 million white homes. They have over $135 trillion worth of wealth. What? Black people got what, 2.6, 2.8? When we come forward, we're going to keep talking about your toxic playlist.
You ain't never with no balls, I turned you out. You won't catch me in no shark boots, I burnt them out. Gotta wait till their birthday to go out.
Yeah, I got my twin with me, you know what we doing. 20 black Suburbans with we go. 2 lambs, 4 Billy trucks, and 20 Hellcats. Get up with a real
When a real one holds you down, babe, you supposed to drown. You ain't never with no balls, I turned you out. You won't catch me in no shark boots.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You carry a lot. The needs of your family and friends, the responsibilities of work and home, and that doesn't stop when your period starts. New Always Ultra Thin pads are designed to keep up with your busy life. When an unexpected gush hits, you need to trust that your pad has your back and your flow. With new and improved rapid dry technology, Always Ultra Thin now absorbs 3 times faster than the leading size 2 store brand pad, so you can feel cleaner, drier, and fresher. Always Ultra Thin. Always gush ready.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Dirty South. Ain't got really feel me. Feel us. East Coast feel me. Feel us. West Coast feel me.
Say what?
Dirty South.
Here we go.
Ain't got really feel me.
Baby girl.
East Coast feel me. West Coast feel me.
Can you feel us?
Dirty South.
Dirty.
Ain't got really feel me.
Feel it.
East Coast feel me.
Say what?
West Coast feel me. Dirty South.
Dirty.
Ain't got really feel me.
I got to look at
East Coast feel me. West Coast feel me.
Men are, on average, more physically aggressive. And most aggressive kids are socialized by the time they're 4. And if they're not, you can't socialize them after. Girls, however, they are more aggressive than males if you measure aggression differently. They use reputation destruction. But reputation destruction, that translates to social media unbelievably well. So maybe it's time to have a little chat about toxic femininity.
Wow. Whoa. We're on fire today. This topic is insane. We got callers. I want to get them all on. Final 10 minutes of the show. Let me get everybody on right now. What happened to Nzinga? I was just about to grab. What? Okay. Attila, Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Well, hello there. I'll let you make it on the clips tonight. So,
Okay.
minus the Dr. Umar, you feel me? But it's
all
cool.
of it was there. I mean, I had to roll with all of it. Let's go.
Well, so you know my attachment style is fearful avoidant. In my playlist right now, I love SZA. I love her so much because she's going through a metamorphosis, and I can relate. Homegirl is in therapy. She has this song called Far, right? And at the beginning, she's talking to a therapist, and she's basically saying, I'm going through a lot of rejection, you know, yada, yada, yada. And the therapist, he says something really profound. He says, well, that's great, because if no one wants you, then you're free. I was like, hold on. Wait a minute.
Come on.
What? So it's interesting because, like, in the song, essentially, she's lamenting over basically not being chosen or whatever the case may be, or feeling as though people are turning their backs on her. But at the end, you kind of see her transformation. And I think her music is following the same kind of track, if you will. So someone else who also is fearful avoidant is, what's her name? Summer Walker. But you see the opposite. Summer Walker got the baby daddies. She got all this stuff going on. And her music has a cycle. And it's a cycle of ratchetness.
Wow.
But other than that, I'll just say this. I think we are trading in our authenticity for things that are just a little bit more fun on the surface, but they bring you a lot of trouble in the end, right? It's not worth it to be heartbroken and go and make a mistake that lasts 5 minutes that may last you a lifetime, as my grandma would say.
And you know what you
So
said?
other than that,
Say again what the therapist said to her at the
he
beginning of the
says,
record.
yeah, so she says, like, I'm going through a lot of rejection. And he's like, well, that's good, because if no one wants you, then you're free.
I love that. And then I would
Mm-hmm.
also add to that, the rejection you experience is the exact same thing you are doing to yourself. Like this internal rejection. Do you say you're not enough? Do you say you're unworthy of the love that you seek? And these are the words that you say to yourself. This is not the word that you project outwardly through your mask. Are you saying this to yourself? How are you treating yourself? Because self-rejection is a magnet for external rejection, right?
Facts.
I love
Facts.
it. I love it. Hey, guess what you just did, Attila?
All right, Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas, we got all kind of anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, avoidant playlists that have you ever was hella anxious, preoccupied. That we didn't even play it, but man, that baby face. I'll pay your rent. I'll do the moonwalk. All of this. Soon as I get home from work, listen. I'm going to do all of this. I'm cooking. Simping is anxious, preoccupied. Let's just go there. Ha! 1-800-920-1580. Davy Lee, Arkansas. Get in here. What are your thoughts?
Yes, sir, man. I'm just peeping the scene, man. I'm just listening to you. And I want to say, man, music does really control the mind. It can warp your mind, man. You know, I've seen, Kid Insert and the Killers, man, overnight.
Man.
It's crazy. So it is, you got to be very mindful of what you put in your mind. Yeah, I like listening to, certain things in the morning to get me, with that fun felt, free spirit, like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Maybe some R&B like Belle Biv DeVoe or something like that. Something simple,
Right.
That reminds me of my growing up stages, my childhood. It keep me free,
Right.
instead of thinking negative all the time.
I love that.
So I put on that Chief Keef, I'm about to ride on something. You know what I'm saying?
That Chief Keef.
Oh, blah.
Oh, block. I hear you. Hey, man, guess what you just did, brother?
I brought y'all to Arkansas, man.
Come on. Arkansas in the building. We appreciate it. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Nzinga, Pensacola, Florida. Get in here.
Hey, though. My phone died. Thank you for taking the call again.
You know it's love. Come on.
I'm been corporate. I always had a corporate job.
Mm-hmm.
So my listening is probably going to be on the more vulgar side.
Ah.
I remember one time my dad was like, what are you listening to? And I was just like, oh, my God. So there was a little bit of shame behind it. So, thinking back, he was like, why don't you listen to this? Why don't you listen to this jazz station? So I started listening to the jazz station, and I like that when I cook. It puts me in just a real good mood. I can cook a whole Thanksgiving meal. I just, Apple, you could put the stations in. So I got Etta James, Miles Davis, and I got Billie Holiday. Those are my 3 go-tos for jazz.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
If I'm in a real good mood, I don't know, in Pandora, you can just punch in Paul Mooney, and every comic known to man
will pop up.
Because he's influenced everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I really think my music, it kind of runs the gamut.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I grew up in the 80s, so, you listen to everything. So I can't say one specific genre, but if I had to, it's probably rap, and it's probably going to be a little hardcore.
I ain't mad at you. I listen to hardcore rap, too. But as I get older, I find myself leaning towards instrumentals. I listen to a lot of instrumentalist jazz, chill, I'm finding the lyrics wanting, right? And I've been moving away from that. But guess what you just did, young lady?
So I brought Pensacola in the building.
We love you. We love you. Thank you for taking the call. Hey, listen, man, I just like to start the conversation. It's really up to y'all to end it. I just wanted to bring something that was probably not really thought of, largely, like across the country. Music affects us in such a powerful way. And if we're unconscious of what we're choosing to listen to, I think it was Common who says he's very selective about what he feeds himself. And he said it's not just food, but it's music, it's people, it's magazines, it's television. He's very careful of what he puts into his being. And I think that's important, man. Look like this here, Anxious Preoccupied, the dopamine trap of abandonment anthems. Songs like Louis Capaldi's Someone You Loved or Adele's Hello. Weaponize Daniel Kahneman's Peak in Rule. I done said that a few times. I want you guys to look it up yourself. It crescendos of orchestral despair, imprint abandonment as, neurologically addictive. Each chorus, I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug, triggers dopamine surges that conflate love with loss, reinforcing Patrick Carnes' trauma bonds, right? I just think it's important that we understand, man, relationship is the university of you. You're never going to escape you. Not at any point in time will you ever escape you. And relationships are so uniquely positioned to turn the flashlight on you. I just want you guys to understand that. Here's some songs. Attachment Playlist, Her, Focus, SZA, Good Days, right? Silence as a Reset, John Cage's 433, all right? Because those are some attachment songs. There's some anxious songs. Someone You Loved, and we don't want to do that. Adele, Hello, we don't want to do that. Amy Winehouse, Back to Back. Hey, I'm not saying get rid of these songs. I'm just saying understand what they might be triggering within you. All right? Listen, I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I'll be back tomorrow with another absolute slapper. Thank you guys for tapping in. You know what it is. Deuces!
Hands on my knees, hands on my knees. Say they wish a would, and I'm a genie. So hot, gotta stay in bikinis. He got a girl, but he keep begging to see me. I love it when a got a mouth full of BVs. No, I'm not a patient, better let him treat me. I gotta be a doctor, how I'm ordering CCs. Go to your place, no face, no case. 99% tint in the blacked out.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries